Hello, everybody, and good afternoon, good evening. Wherever you are from the world, just drop down a message and tell us where you are watching us right now. I'm so excited today. This is E2E Expert to Experts, and we bring the best world's experts to you. This is a show, and right now we are live on my page, on Myron's page, my LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch at the moment. So I'm so excited right now to introduce you an amazing workshop. This workshop is going to be led by Myron Golden, okay? And Monday, Myron gave us an insight, a tip of 1 hour of 37 years of experience that has led him to be one of the major business consultants in the globe, working with a lot of celebrities and helping a lot of business owners go to the next level. And today we're going to have the privilege of having Myron in our workshop. And not only that, he is gonna answer all your questions. So first of all, put down in the comments #live if you're watching us live, or #recording when you will watch the recording after this session. And please drop down in the comments, where are you from? Which part of the world are you watching us from? All right, so there we go. We've got Donna from Thomasville. Then we've got, hello Donna. Then we've got Dan, ready to learn. There you go, my friend. Then we've got Lily live from Bulgaria. So we have got states, Bulgaria. Let's see where our British people are right now, because I'm live in London. Mr. Myron is live from Florida. So please give me our drum beats and let's welcome right now on stage Mr. Myron Golden. There we go. Hello, Myron.
What's happening, Moses? How are you, man?
I'm doing good.
Great,
Glad to see you once again.
Glad to see you once again. And looks like we got folks jumping on from all over the place. We got folks
Absolutely.
from Massachusetts, some folks from Georgia, and folks from Bulgaria, everywhere.
Yeah,
live
absolutely.
from Utah. That's what's up. Exciting stuff, man.
Amazing. I'm ready to learn from today, this amazing workshop. Everybody, please get your notepad, okay? Get a pen and crack on with taking a lot of notes, and then write down the questions. This is going to be an interactive session with Mr. Myron. And then while you can drop down a message or wait for the Q&A later on to ask him all the type of questions, because today we are going to focus on, back again, on the science, okay? The science of selling high tickets with Myron Golden. Myron, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Moses. Thank you so much. So, guys, I just want to share something with you. I know a lot of people, a lot of businesses have gone through a lot of difficulty over the last 12 months, but me and my clients, we have had, last year was one of the best years financially we've ever had, because we understand the concept of making offers in the marketplace. And like right now, a lot of people don't realize it, but like you're one really great offer away from any result that you desire to have in your life. And so one of the things I do is I teach people how to think about sales differently. So when they talk, the words that come out of their mouth, they can talk about sales differently, and then they can take their business to a whole new level. So that's what my goal is for you today. I'm going to show you a concept. I don't think I shared this last time we talked, Moses, but I have so many conference calls, so many live videos, so many podcast interviews. I don't remember who I told what. But even if you've heard this before, it'll be just as good the second time as it was the first time, I promise. So let me ask you a question, Moses. Did I go through the basic 5 when we talked last week? Did I go through the basic 5 or no, earlier this week?
Yes, on Monday you spoke about the basic 5s, yes.
Monday I spoke about the basic 5. So what I want to show you guys I want to show you why you are struggling. If your business is struggling, I'm going to show you the number one reason why. Because you have not mastered, I'm going to write that word. You've not mastered selling. Now, I don't know about you, but I know for most people, for many people, selling is a dirty word. But to me, selling is not a dirty word. In fact, I love to sell. In fact, I'm going to tell you something. The reason I love to sell is because I'm good at it. And I'm good at it because I love it. But I understand something about sales that most people don't understand. And you've probably heard this phrase before in your life, that people love to buy, but they hate to be sold. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, nothing could be further from the truth. The reality is people love to buy and they love to be sold, but they hate to be convinced. And convincing is what you resort to when you fail to master sales. Convincing people is what you have to resort to when you're not good at sales. But when you get good at sales and you master the skill of selling, then people are happy to buy from you. They love when you sell to them. My clients love buying from me, and they love when I sell to them. So one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, I'm going to at least get you started on the journey to mastering selling, because when you master selling, it makes business easy. If you don't master selling, selling is hard. But before we go any further, let me define this word. What is mastery, right? Because most people make the mistake of thinking that the purpose of learning is knowing. So people want to learn things so they can say they know them, right? Well, I know how to do that. I know how to do this. I know how to do the next thing. But the reality is the purpose of learning is not knowing. The purpose of learning is mastery. Now, what is mastery? I'm going to say it a couple of times so you can write it down. I'm not going to write it on the board because I only want to turn my back when I'm writing something. I don't want to write a whole lot of long sentences. So I'm going to give you the definition of mastery. Mastery is the ability to execute effortlessly without the use of conscious resources. So what is mastery? Mastery is the ability to execute effortlessly without the use of conscious resources. What does that mean? That means mastery is like how you tie your shoes. Mastery is how you ride a bike. Mastery is how you walk. Mastery is how you use eating utensils, right? You don't have to think about, okay, first I stick the fork in the food and then I bring the fork up off the plate and then I you don't have to do all that, right? You just do it. It just happens, right? And you want to get to the place in your life where your selling skills are so good that it is as easy and simple and basic and effortless to you as tying your shoes, as riding a bike, as walking, as eating food with a knife and a fork. And so that's my objective, to get you to the place of sales mastery. Now, obviously, I'm not going to be able to get you to the place of sales mastery today, but I can get you a whole lot further down the road towards sales mastery today than you are right now. And that is our objective. So how many of y'all are excited about learning how to master the skill of selling? And just go ahead and type it in. Exactly. So exactly. We got a revival going on here. Okay. So one of the things you have to understand about selling is the reason people have a bad taste of their mouth around selling, the reason people think most people don't like selling. Moses, would you agree with me that most people do not like to sell?
Absolutely. They really refuse it and they hate it. They're scared of it.
Exactly. They hate it. And not only do most people not like to sell, most people don't like anybody trying to sell them anything. Would you agree with that as well?
Absolutely.
So one of the things that I've discovered is people love to buy and they love to be sold. But the reason people hate sales, and a lot of people hate for somebody to try to sell them something, is because the only sales experiences people remember are the bad ones. The good sales experiences, people feel like it was their idea. Did you hear what I just said? Thanks, Justin. So people, like when somebody does a good job selling you and you go buy something, you don't feel like they sold it to you. You feel like, well, I just bought that because I wanted it. But the reality is, everything we've ever bought in our life, every single solitary thing, without exception, we bought because somebody sold it to us. I'm not going to buy anything. I'm not going to buy anything unless somebody sells it to me. You're not going to buy anything unless somebody sells it to you. The only reason any of us ever buys anything is because somebody somewhere sold it to us. Now, the people who are really good at sales are also masterful at making us believe that buying it was our idea, because what they didn't do, they didn't try to get us to buy it when they were selling it to us. They just focused on making us feel like buying it. Okay. And so your job as a salesperson, as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, as an inventor, as an author, as a speaker, your job, or as a musician, as an artist, your job is not to try to get people to buy. Selling, when you get good at selling, you don't ever try to get anybody to buy. I don't ever try to get anybody to buy from me. I create an environment that makes people feel like buying. So as we're talking about sales, I'm going to blow your mind right now, because I'm going to show you something that I'm going to show you something that's going to absolutely change everything for you. And that is this. And like, if you're taking notes, this is one of the most important things you will ever write down in dealing with your spouse and dealing with your children and dealing with your friends and dealing with your parents. What I'm about to say right now is a game changer. And then I'm going to show you how it works. So here it is. Human beings, that's people, that's men, women, boys, and girls, right? That's human beings. Okay. Human beings do things for one reason and one reason only. And that's because they feel like it. Human beings do things for one reason and one reason only, and that's because they feel like it. Now, your job in sales is to figure out how to get people to feel like buying what you're selling. Your job is not to get them to buy it. In fact, if you attempt to get them to buy it, they're going to resist. But if you learn how to create an environment that causes them to feel like buying, they will buy it and thank you in tears for making it available for them. And I'm not exaggerating, not even in the least. When you get good at selling and creating an environment where people want to buy, they will thank you in tears for making it available to them. Instead of when you try to get them to buy and then they resist, and then you push some more, and then they resist some more, and then you push some more, and then they resist some more. That's not how selling is supposed to be. Selling is when I call it emotional cooperation and logical justification. What do I mean by emotional cooperation? Because I understand that human beings only do what they feel like doing, because I understand that as a concept, right? Then when I'm talking to somebody and I have something for them to buy, I have to turn the buying experience into creating an environment that makes them feel like buying, as opposed to trying to talk them into buying something they don't want, don't need, and can't afford. That's the difference. And boy, when you get that difference, it's going to change everything for you. So how do we create feelings in other people? How do I create feelings in myself? How do I create feelings in the prospects I'm talking to? How do I create feelings? Here's how I create feelings. I understand the concept, first of all. So I understand that the facts ain't the feelings and the feelings ain't the facts, right? So over here you have this fact, right? And you could even call it a factor, right? But it's a fact, and the fact can be anything. And this is not about sales yet. This is about what I'm showing you right now is about that. This is an O, by the way. That's not an E. So what I'm showing you right now is human psychology. This is how human beings work, right? And if you work with human nature works for you. If you work against human nature works against you, right? So what happens is the fact happens, and then you or your prospect, the person, observes this fact, right? And then depending on what happens next, that fact is going to make them smile or it's going to make them frown. And whether they frown or whether they smile is going to be determined by what happens next. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? So, I just thought of something really quickly that I'm going to do while I'm doing this. It just came to me like literally while I was standing here. I've never done this before, but I'm going to go in Clubhouse right now and just start a room. And I'm just going to start talking. Okay. So on this, when I understand that this fact happens and then this person observes it, and I understand people are looking for clues. They're looking for cues all around them, right? And we're always looking for cues. So what happens is most people think when the fact happens, the fact is the thing that creates this feeling of joy or this feeling of sadness, this feeling of happiness or this feeling of sadness. And for those of you who are just coming in on Clubhouse, I didn't name the room because I just thought of it, and I'm doing a training right now on my Facebook page. So I figured I'd come on Clubhouse and start talking. I'm teaching how to sell. So if you want to learn how to sell, you probably want to stay here. So the fact, so you have the person and you have the fact. Now what happens next is the person puts a frame around the fact. And when you put the frame around the fact, Keith, I'm going to mute you out. I brought you up to the stage. I'm not sure how I did it, but that's okay. So we put a frame around the fact, and when you put a frame around the fact, the frame is called focus. Now, I want you to understand that focus, when you focus on a fact, that focus is going to create a belief in your head. So that focus in your head is going to create a belief. So you get a focus in your head that creates a belief. Now, what most people don't realize about belief is a two-sided coin. And belief, when it lands on heads, it manifests as faith, right? Faith is a well-founded, well-grounded expectation for the future. So when I have a belief in my head, and it lands on it, if I have a belief in my head and it's a two-sided coin, it lands on heads, then I'm expecting a favorable outcome. If it lands on tails, then that belief is doubt. Now, this is one of the breakthroughs for you right here. Most people don't realize faith and doubt are both belief. Most people think, well, faith is belief, but doubt is the absence of belief. No, doubt is not the absence of belief. Doubt is belief in the outcome you don't desire. Faith is belief in the outcome you do desire. Doubt is belief in the outcome you don't desire. And so what I've got to do, if I desire to create a feeling in somebody else, then what I've got to do is I've got to get them to focus on something that causes them to make their belief faith instead of making their belief doubt. I hope y'all just had a breakthrough right there, because it's the frame. Focus creates a frame, right? Frames create focus. Like, I've got these awards. They put a frame around it. There's a frame around my digital whiteboard. Why? Because they put a frame around it so you can focus on what's inside. So frames create focus. Frames are the context. The context is the factor. The factor. This is the content in here. Oh, my car. Like, it could be my car broke down. It could be I got fired from my job. It could be there's a pandemic. Whatever. It doesn't matter. This fact is not what creates. It's not what creates our outcomes. It's our focus that determines our outcomes. And so when I put a frame around here, so the fact is the content. The fact is the content, but the focus is the context. So when you understand that when you are selling something to someone, your job is to let the person you're selling to create the content, but you create the context. Did you get that? So you let the person you're talking to, like if I'm in a selling environment, if I'm selling something, I let the person I'm selling to give me all of the content. And then I just put that content, I put a frame around that content that causes them to focus on how the thing that I am selling helps them achieve the objective they intend to achieve based on the content or the story they told me. That's why in selling, it is far more important to ask questions and then wait for the answer, WFA, wait for the answer, than it is for you to just talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. Most people think the ability to sell is the ability to talk well. The ability to talk well does not make you a good salesperson. The thing that makes you a good salesperson is the ability to ask questions and shut up well, and then listen to the answers, and then create a frame around that content, to create a frame of context around those answers that causes that person to say, oh, now I get why the thing you have for sale is going to solve the problem that I have. So this is how you create transformation in selling. So what happens is you have a fact, and then that fact is in your head, and that fact is going to become a belief, and it's going to manifest as faith or doubt, because faith and doubt are both belief. But guess what? That faith, that focus in our head, it doesn't stay there. It's a traveling salesman. And you know what it does? It travels down to our heart. So this focus in our head travels down, and it creates a feeling in our heart. This is the motivator. This is the mover, the feeling. Now, most people don't realize that people who exercise because they feel like it. People who eat right because they feel like it. Salespeople who are high performing salespeople who love having sales conversations with people, they do that because they feel like it. Okay? And what you've got to do is you've got to figure out, how can I learn to feel like doing the things that are going to serve me and give me the ability to serve other people? And how can I make myself not feel like doing the things that don't serve me and don't give me the ability to serve other people? That's where your life is going to change. Your life is not going to change by trying to make yourself do something you don't feel like doing. Your life is going to change by learning how to by learning how to feel like doing something that's in your best interest. And when you do, it's going to change everything for you. So understand first, okay, the fact happens, then you put a frame around the fact called focus. That focus then creates a belief in your head that manifests as faith or as doubt. That feeling comes down to your heart, and that belief comes down to your heart. It creates a feeling in your heart. So the focus in your head creates a feeling in your heart. Now, the feeling in your heart is going to determine whether you go or you stop, whether you run towards it or run away from it, whether you get excited or you start to become like frightened. What is the thing that what's going to happen next is going to be determined by the feeling. So the feeling that's manifested in your heart is going to be determined by the feeling that's manifested in your heart is going to be determined by the belief that was in your head. If the belief in your head is faith, then the feeling in your heart is going to be called anticipation. Anticipation is the energy you get from the expectation of a positive outcome. What is anticipation? It is the energy you get from the expectation of a positive or favorable outcome. That is what anticipation is. And when you're focused on the thing, when you put a focus around the facts, when you put a context around the content that causes you to have faith, that faith will cause you to have the feeling of anticipation. Okay? And then, but if the focus in your head causes you to have a belief that manifests as doubt, then that doubt is going to travel down to your heart and it's going to manifest itself as anxiety. Now I'm going to tell you something about anxiety. Anxiety is the thief of your dreams. Anxiety. Anxiety is the thief of your dreams. Now, most people make the mistake of thinking that anxiety is fear, but anxiety is not fear. Anxiety is anxiety and fear is fear. You say, Myron, but I was afraid. I'm afraid of rejection. You're not afraid of rejection. You have anxiety about rejection. There's a difference. People say, but I'm afraid to make more offers. You're not afraid to make more offers. You have anxiety about making more offers. I'm afraid people are going to tell me no. You're not afraid people are going to tell you no. You have anxiety about people telling you no. And by the way, using the proper word is very, very important. Words are powerful. They have the ability to create our experience of life. And so I want to make sure that I'm using the right words. And so one of the words that I understand that if I've got a focus in my head that creates a belief that manifests as faith, it's going to create a feeling in my heart that manifests as anticipation. But if I've got a focus in my head that creates a belief that manifests as doubt, that doubt is going to manifest as anxiety. Now, what is anxiety? Anxiety is wasting present energy on a future outcome that is undesirable to you. See, people think let me give you the difference between fear and anxiety before I even go any further. So fear is caution over a real and present danger. I'm going to say that again. Fear is caution over a real and present danger. Anxiety is caution over a future imagined danger. I'm going to say it again. Fear is caution over a real and present danger. If I'm at the golf course and I'm playing golf and I snap hook my drive and it lands by the snout of an 18-foot alligator, I'm not going to go over there and hit that ball. Why? Because I have a healthy fear of turning my back on an 18-foot alligator. They just can't be trusted, right? And so I have fear of an alligator. That's real. I don't have any anxiety because there is a real and present danger, right? But if there's no real and present danger, there is no fear. Fear cannot exist in the absence of a real and present danger. Did y'all hear what I just said? Okay, so fear is caution over a real and present danger. So what is anxiety? Anxiety is caution over a future imagined danger. So I'm expecting an undesirable outcome. And when I expect the undesirable outcome, then it causes me to have this feeling. I've got this feeling of anxiety. So I've got caution over a future imagined danger. And what I do is I waste present energy on that future outcome. I waste present energy on that future outcome that is undesirable to me. Did y'all hear what I just said? When I have anxiety, what does it cause me to do? Well, it causes my head to sweat. Right? It causes my heart to race, causes my breathing to be short. All of those are physical reactions that I should only be having when I'm exerting a lot of energy. I'm running, I'm riding my bike, right? I'm doing physical exercise. I'm doing push-ups. I'm doing pull-ups. I'm lifting weights. I'm doing all this physical exercise. Then my head should be sweating. My heart should be racing. It should be hard to catch my breath. Why? Because I'm exerting energy. But if I have anxiety, I have the same physical reaction to anxiety that I have to exerting physical energy. And what is that? What am I doing? I'm wasting present energy on a future outcome that is undesirable to me. So imagine if I took my Bentley Continental GT V12 engine, pull it out of the garage, sit in the driveway, it's got a full tank of gas in it, and I start up those 12 cylinders. And I just sit in the driveway all day. I don't put it in park. I don't engage it. I just sit in the driveway. And I do that all day. Besides irritating the neighbors, there are only two other possible outcomes. I am either going to run out of gas, or I'm going to blow the engine. Why? Because I'm wasting the power and the energy of that car going nowhere, making a lot of noise. It's the exact same thing that happens in your body. When you have anxiety, you're revving up your engine in the driveway of your life, and you're going boom, 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 and your heart's racing, and your heart's palpitating, and you're gasping for breath, and your head's sweating, and you're not even doing anything. And the same two possibilities are going to happen. You're going to run out of gas. You're going to find yourself physically exhausted at the end of the day, having done nothing, or you're going to blow your engine in the form of a heart attack or a stroke. And y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. And all of this is because I have seen so clearly an undesirable outcome in my mind that it's causing me to have a physical reaction to it in my body. That's mind-blowing, y'all. I mean, I'm talking about this. This is stuff you do to yourself. There are so many business owners last year who, when the, quote, pandemic hit and all this stuff started happening, they told themselves a story. They put a frame around that fact that caused them to waste energy on worrying about all the things that were wrong already and all the things that were going to go wrong. Instead of asking the question, what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? Okay, we know what you can't do, but what could you do? Right? And so by the way, let me show you what anticipation looks like. Can anybody remember when you were a little child, Christmas Eve, you knew what you were getting the next day? You remember that? And your parents said, okay, it's time to go to bed. I don't know. I just felt like my parents always told us to go to bed like at 7 o'clock on Christmas Eve. I'm like, what are we supposed to do? Go to sleep? And we know what we're getting the next day. But have you remember when you were a little child, you knew what you were going to get the next day. You went to bed and you were so excited you couldn't wait for the next day. What was the hardest thing in the world to do? It was hard to go to sleep. Why? Because your expectation of the outcome the next day infused you with all this energy, and the hardest thing in the world was to go to sleep. And then you finally fell asleep about 2 o'clock in the morning. Then what happened? You woke up at 6 o'clock in the morning. Why? Because you were so energized by your expectation. So anticipation gives you energy. It literally infuses you with energy because you're clearly seeing a favorable outcome. And so most people think what they've got to do, they think they got to make themselves do something, or they think they got to talk themselves into doing something, when all they have to do is learn to see more clearly the outcome they desire. And then they will have the feeling that draws them towards it. Is that exciting stuff, Mose?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly how it works. And so what happens now is when we have the feeling in our hand, we got the focus in our head, right? It's going to manifest as faith or as doubt. It's going to create a feeling in our heart that's going to manifest as anticipation or anxiety. And then the feeling in our heart creates a function in our hands, a function. And that function in our hand is going to be determined by the feeling in our heart. And the feeling in if the focus in our head creates belief that's faith, then the feeling in our heart is going to be anticipation, and the function in our hand is going to be this beautiful thing called power. Boom. Now you have power. You have the power to act. You have the power to change. You have the power to change yourself. You have the power to change the things around you. You have the power to change the world. You have the power to change other people's lives. Why? Because you have a focus that creates faith, that creates a feeling called anticipation, that creates a function called power, and now you can do something about it. I hope you're as excited about this as I am, because this will change the game for you. Watch this now. But if the feeling in your heart is anxiety, and you're clearly seeing an outcome you don't desire, the next thing that's going to happen is it's going to give you a function in your hand, and that function in your hand is going to be called paralysis.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're not going to be able to do anything except go sit on the couch or go lay down, and you won't even be able to sleep, but you won't be able to move either. So basically, you're just existing. Why? Because the focus in your head was wrong, so it created it created doubt. That created a feeling in your heart called anxiety that caused the function in your hand called paralysis. And now you couldn't do anything. And what you've got to do, Vera Giles Norris said she just jumped out of her body. Well, this is so powerful. This is how change happens. And do you realize that when you really, with some practice, if you learn some skills and you practice, what happens is you can learn how to create every feeling in your life that's necessary for you to take every action that's going to make your life better. Not only that, if you practice, like with some practice, you can learn how to create a frame around any fact, a context around any content that will allow you to change how people feel about buying the thing you're selling. It'll change the game for you. Like everything will change. And so I'm going to say it one more time because this is like foundational, right? So facts don't matter. Like if your attitude is right, the facts don't matter. What matters? The only thing that matters is your focus. Do you realize it is impossible? Hey, I never said this before. I got chills thinking about it. So I know it's going to be good when it comes out. Okay. Watch this. Did you know it is impossible for something negative to show up in your life without bringing something positive with it? It's impossible for something so-called bad to show up in your life without bringing something good with it. It's impossible for something hard to show up in your life without bringing something easy with it. Why? It's a law. It's one of those. It's like the law of gravity. What goes up must come down. It don't go up and stay up, right? It's like the law. It's like the law of energy. Energy. Everything's energy. Energy is neither created nor destroyed. It just changes form. It's like the law. It's like the law of momentum. An object in motion will continue in motion until and unless it's acted upon by an outside force. It's like the law of inertia. An object at rest will remain at rest until and unless it's acted upon by an outside force. And this is called. It's like the law of entropy. Anything left to itself tends to move more and more towards disorder. What is this law called? It's called the law of polarity. For every negative, there's a positive. For every positive, there's a negative. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So it is impossible for something bad to show up in your life without bringing something good with it. The problem is when the bad thing shows up, you put a frame around the bad thing and ignore the good thing. But you could just as easily put a frame around the good thing and ignore the bad thing. You could put a frame around the peaceful thing and ignore the painful thing. And I could go on and on and on and on and on, but I know you picking up what I'm putting down right now. So start. The only thing you got to do to change your life is start creating better frames. Because when you create better frames or a better focus, when you have a better focus, you can't help but have better feelings. And when you have better feelings, you can't help but have better function. And when you have better functions, then you can't help but have a better future. Boy, I wish I had some help in here. Okay, I know. So this will change the game for you. So, and I'm talking about selling right now, right? So what do most people do when it's time to sell something? Well, they just frame. People don't want me bothering them. You know why you think people don't want you bothering them? Because you don't want anybody bothering you, because that's the frame you put around somebody selling you something. I don't put that frame around somebody selling me something. When somebody tries to sell me something, I pull up a chair. Somebody wants to sell me something, I pull up a chair and I'll lean in. And sometimes I'll take out my pen and I'll take notes. Oh, I saw what he did just there. Oh, I saw what she just said. Oh, I need to make sure I say that. Oh, I need to make sure I do what they just did. Because every time somebody attempts to sell me something, there is a lesson in it for me that will help me sell something in the future. So instead of getting irritated when somebody's trying to sell me something, I get in learning mode. My antennas go up, right? My feelers go out. Someone please call 911 tell Myron Golden. Oh, that's funny. Vera, you are funny. You are funny. I need more. Keep commenting, sister. I like that. Okay. So understand, every time somebody tries to sell me something, instead of resisting, I can't believe all they're trying to do is sell me something. Cool. I say, oh, cool. They're about to try to sell me something. Right? Because One of the reasons I get excited when somebody tries to sell me something is because I know I'm about to learn something. But let me tell you another reason I get excited when somebody tries to sell me something. Another reason I get excited when somebody tries to sell me something is because I know every thought is a seed, every word is a seed, every deed is a seed, every dollar is a seed that I am sowing into the garden of my future. And if I sow a good seed today, I'm going to reap a good harvest eventually. And so I love to pay people. Love it. I mean, I love when I buy something, I love paying for it. I love to pay people. When I go out to eat, I love to pay the bill. I went to breakfast this morning. I went with one of my team members. Her dad came with her, and the meal came to, I think, $45. I think it came to. They got whatever they got. I got what I got, right? And the meal came to $45. But I gave him a $30 tip on a $45 meal. Why did you give him a $40? Why did you give a server a $40 tip? $30 tip on a $45 meal. Now, if you understand tipping, like 20% is $9, 22% would be about $10. They'd be ecstatic with that, right? They might be happy with that, but I'm not happy with that. Why? These people made my life easier. I didn't have to cook any food. I didn't have to clean any dishes. I didn't have to bring anything to the table. I didn't have to go in the kitchen and get some salt and pepper because I forgot. I didn't have to do anything but sit there, and they just brought me stuff like I was King Myron. And I love to pay people. And the server gave me a great experience. I wanted to give her a great experience. And so I love to pay people. You know why? Because I love the people and I use the money. And I use the money to love the people. I don't use the people and love the money. Like, I can get more money, but money is plentiful, but there are so few really good relationships in the world. And I want to develop as many good relationships as I can. And one of the ways I do that is by understanding that people out there are going through stuff. And I know these restaurants, a lot of these restaurants, they've been cut down to 50% capacity, 25% capacity for months. And these servers have had their wages cut by that much as well. And they only make a couple dollars an hour plus tips. But if nobody's coming in, they're not even getting tips. So when I come in, I'm going to make sure I bless somebody today. You know why? Because I can't sow a blessing seed without reaping a blessing harvest. And so I'm going to look out for me. I love to pay my electric bill. I love to pay my water bill. I love to pay my credit cards. I love to pay my car insurance. I love to pay my house insurance. I love to pay my bills. I love paying folk. Why? Because there's a law called the law of sowing and reaping. What's it called? The law of sowing and reaping. What's that law mean? Well, you reap what you sow. Okay, so if I love to pay the people who serve me, guess what? The people I serve are going to love to pay me. And so if I can like grab you and shake you good and hard and get you to fall in love with paying people, it'll change your experience of selling to people. One of the reasons you resist people selling you, one of the reasons you're afraid to talk to people to sell them something is because you've got so much resistance built up in you when somebody's attempting to sell you something. You think the other person is going to have that same kind of resistance in them that you got in you. But see, I don't have any resistance in me. So I know everybody wants to buy the stuff I sell. Of course they want to buy the stuff I sell. What else would they want to do with their money? Right? And that's the belief that I have. Why? Because those are the seeds that I've sown. And I know usually when somebody's teaching you how to sell, you want somebody to tell you what to say, don't you? Yeah, but until you learn how to think right, what comes out of your mouth ain't going to be the right thing. Right? Until you learn how to think right about people and about money and about how life works, it doesn't matter if somebody teaches you what to say. You're going to say the right thing with the wrong attitude, and they're still not going to buy. And so I am here to share these concepts with you. I'm about to go into some sales ninja stuff now. But before I do, I'm going to tell everybody I am starting next Monday at noon Eastern, 11:30 Eastern for VIPs. I'm starting next Monday a challenge called the Make More Offers Challenge. I just interviewed on Clubhouse a couple of days ago one of my students, Eileen Wilder. Moses, she was a homeschool mom with 3 children, okay? Her husband was an Uber driver. They were barely making $40,000 a year. And this was many years ago when I used to have a $40,000 coaching program. I don't have a $40,000 coaching program anymore. My low ticket, high ticket coaching program is $55,000. My hourly rate is $25,000 an hour. My mid-tier is $155,000. My high tier is $1 million. By the way, let me ask you all a question while we're talking about sales. If you're going to learn how to sell from somebody, do you want to learn how to sell from somebody who only knows how to sell a $37 ebook? Or do you want to learn how to sell from somebody who sells a $55,000 coaching program and gets paid $25,000 an hour?
55 or 25,000.
Absolutely. Every time. So if somebody's going to teach you how to sell, don't learn how to sell from the Volkswagen dealer. Learn how to sell from the Rolls-Royce dealer, right? Okay, that's all I'm saying. So anyway, so I've got these programs, and this woman wanted to buy my $40,000 coaching program a couple years ago, and she put down $2,000 non-refundable deposit, right? So she put down her deposit. She was supposed to come up with the money, couldn't come up with the money. She calls me on the phone. She says, Myron, I really want to work with you. And I thought I was going to be able to get the financing, but I wasn't able to get the money. What do I do? And I told her, I said, here's what you do, Eileen. I said, you got to make more offers. I said, take that. She had a little $4,000 offer that she had created. She hadn't sold many of them at all, maybe one or two. So you take that $4,000 offer and you raise the price. Now, how many people are going to tell you that the key to making more sales is to raise your price? But that's what I told her. I said, you raise the price. Raise the price of that $4,000 offer to $6,000. She said, okay, what do I do after that? I said, you tell everybody who's on your list right now, they've got until the end of the month if they want to get it at $4,000. After that, it's going to $6,000 and it's never going backwards again. And I said, then tell them they better hurry up and buy from you before you learn from your coach how good you really are, because then your prices are really going to go through the roof, right? And so she did that. And I said, what you do next, after you do that, you take the number of offers you usually make in a year, make that number of offers in a week. Take the number of offers you usually make in a week, make that number of offers every month. Take the number of, take the number of offers you do in a year, make that number of offers every month. Take the number of offers you usually do in a month, make that number of offers every week. Take the number of offers you do in a week, make that number of offers every day. Take the number of offers you do in a day, make that number of offers every hour. If you will do that in 30 days, you will have the other $18,000 that you need to put down on my offer. And then we'll start letting you pay weekly, like $380 a week or whatever it was, right? So she started out, I said, 30 days, you'll have the money. Well, guess what, Moses? She didn't have the money in 30 days. She had the money in 6 days. In 6 days, she called me. She said, Myron, I got the $18,000. Where do you want me to send it? Why did that happen? Make more offers. One of my students just last week got $1 million day award. And I remember when I first started talking to him, I was like, dude, why do you sell he had a $10,000 offer and a $25,000 offer. So why are you selling it so low, man? You should be selling that for $50,000. Now his what used to be 25 is now 55. I said, dude, when you better tell your students, they better buy from you right now, because after you're working with me, you're gonna figure out how good you really are, and then your prices are going up. Now what he used to sell for 25, he sells for 55. What he used to sell for 10, he now sells for 15. And so why? Because I taught him how to make more offers, but it's not just making more offers. You got to make more offers. You got to make better offers, and you got to know what makes an offer good. Right? In order to make more offers, you got to know what makes an offer good. So I created a program, a challenge that starts next week. Moses, I'm going to spend 5 hours with the general admission people, 5 hours, 1 hour every day of the week, Monday through Friday, teaching them how to create, convey, and convert offers. That's what the whole week is going to be about. Creating, conveying, and converting offers the whole week. I'm going to teach them the science of creating offers. I'm going to teach them the systems of creating. It's going to be mind-blowing. Literally, I want you to wrap your mind around this. If I were to do this with you one-on-one next week for 5 hours, it would literally cost you $250,000. Let me see. $125,000. 5 times 25, because I get paid $25,000 an hour. So if I did it with you one-on-one, it would be $25,000 an hour times 5 hours. It would be $125,000, right? For the VIPs, you're going to get 30-minute pregame show, 30-minute postgame show. By the way, we only have 100 VIP seats, and I don't even know. We might only have, 60 or 70 of those left, because we just started offering it yesterday. So the VIPs, you're going to get half an hour before we start, half an hour Q&A after we're done. So that's like a $250,000 off value. And the general admission ticket, I haven't done low ticket in so long, Moses. I don't even remember what it feels like. Like, I have not done an offer this low, and I don't even remember how long. It's been years, maybe a decade, right? And so for the general admission, for the Make More Offers Challenge, it's only $97. I haven't done that in forever. And for the VIP, it's only $297. Like, what? Wait, what? Because I realize a lot of people have gone through difficulty last year. A lot of people have gone through difficulty last year with the coronavirus and all that, and they've lost a lot of money, right? And they've lost a lot of wages. Oh my goodness, I forgot about Tina. Tina, she's like a grandmom. Scroll back up to the lady with the purple hair, Mose. Like I coached her on Make More Offers. I said, make more. She wanted to buy my coaching program too, and I coached her on Make More Offers. She had $145,000 in her best. She had her best month ever. $145,000 in sales. What I am telling you is I am going to teach you how to master like creating and conveying and converting high ticket, mid ticket, low ticket offers, opt-in offers. I'm going to teach you everything I know that I can teach you in the time allotted. Yes, you will know enough by the end of the challenge. Some of you are going to make money before the challenge even ends. Some of you are going to make money after the first day. Some of you aren't even going. Some of you who are watching right now are not even going to join the challenge, and you're going to make money just from what you're learning on this presentation today. Can I get a witness? Where are my people? Right? So makemoreofferschallenge.com. If you want to learn more really cool ninja stuff like the stuff I'm talking about right now, go get registered right now for the Make More Offers Challenge, because next week we're going to change your life for the rest of your life. Moses, do you realize I used to be a trash man? I used to make $6.25 an hour. Now, like some of the highest paid entrepreneurs, most successful entrepreneurs in the world come to me and have me train them on my methodology for closing high ticket sales, especially from stage. But I've closed millions of dollars one-on-one. I've closed millions of dollars from the stage. I've closed millions of dollars online. So I've done all three of those. And the reason people come to me is because the selling methods I use are effortless. They are low pressure, low key, take it or don't take it or leave it. I'm going to have fun anyway. I'm going to the golf course tomorrow, whether you buy from me or not, kind of selling. And I know that's the kind of selling you want to learn how to do.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So let me show you I'm going to show you some mistakes people make when it comes to selling, right? One of the biggest mistakes people make. Okay, let's talk about offers. I'm going to do something else real quick. I'm going to show you really quickly. I know I did it when I talked to you on Monday, but I'm going to do it again because there are people watching right now that weren't watching them. So I'm going to show you, because there are some people out there right now who are watching me and you're already your business is doing $10,000 a month in revenue. I'm going to show you how to take your business from $10,000 a month in revenue to $128,000 a month in revenue in 4 moves. 4 moves. You know, you have chess grandmasters, right? Chess grandmasters, they don't want to beat you. They want to beat you in as few moves as possible, right? Right. I want to teach you how to close sales, how to exponentially grow your business in the least number of moves. And I'm talking about 10xing your business, actually 12xing your business. 12xing your business 12 times. And I'm going to show you how to do that in 4 moves. That's pretty stinking cool. Okay, everybody ready? So I'm gonna draw the numbers. I'm gonna write the numbers on the board. This is how you scale your business. And then I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna show you the mistakes they're making. I'm gonna show you the mistakes people are making in a couple of these areas. Okay, so I'm gonna give you the scenario first. So first of all, and for those of you who are taking notes on Clubhouse or taking notes on Facebook or Instagram or wherever you're watching, wherever you're watching, make sure you get these numbers. Okay, so let's say your business is doing $10,000 a month in revenue. So your current revenue is $10,000 a month, right? A month. Okay, where's that business revenue coming from? Okay, I'll tell you where it's coming from. You're generating 100 leads, right? And you're converting 10% of those leads. That's your conversion. And which equals 10 sales of a $1,000 product. Okay, everybody got that? So you're generating 100 leads a month, 10% conversion. You're converting 10% of those leads, which is 10 sales of a $1,000 product. Your business is doing $10,000 a month. That math makes sense, right? So can you believe that it's possible? Like it's possible to take this business from doing $10,000 a month to doing $128,000 a month. Do you realize if you're doing $128,000 a month, do you realize you're making $1.4 million a year? Maybe 1.5. Right? $128,000 a month. Yeah, you're doing $1.5 million a year. What? How's that work? Well, I'm going to show you. So the first thing you got to do, because there are only 4 things, there are only 4 ways to grow a business: lead generation, lead conversion, customer ascension, customer retention. And I'm going to show you what those things look like when you implement them in this formula. So the first thing we're going to fix is we're going to generate more leads. So instead of generating 100 leads, we're going to double that, and we're going to start generating 200 leads. Okay? We're going to keep the conversion the same. 200 leads times 10% equals 20 sales, right? At $1,000. Now that equals $20,000 a month. And that could be $20,000, 20,000 pounds, 20,000 euro. Okay, so I'll put the 20,000 pounds, 20,000 euros. Okay, so now you're doing 20,000 a month. You were doing 10. You fixed one thing and you doubled your business. All you did was got 2 times as many leads. How do you get 2 times as many leads? Put out 2 times as many lead magnets and 2 times as many ads. You'll get 2 times as many leads. Boom. Congratulations, Shahid. Congratulations for being in VIP. Okay, so next thing that happens, so now I doubled lead conversion, and I doubled my business. But now let's take it to another level. Now we're going to add my favorite component. This is my favorite component in business. This is my favorite thing to teach in business. This is my favorite concept for business owners to take on and to take ownership of. It's the easiest way to grow your revenue. And it's one, like, I know that most businesses, especially online businesses that sell information, I know I can help any online business exponentially grow their business. I know I can do that because almost every entrepreneur I ever meet, they're charging way too little for their services. So what are we going to do? We're going to add a high ticket product. No, that's not the next thing we're going to do. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to double our conversion, right? So before we doubled our leads, this time we're going to double our conversion. So now instead of converting 10% of those leads, we're going to convert 20%. And guess what? Most people's sales processes are horrible. I'm going to tell you something. Anybody who's selling anything right now, the way you're selling it right now, if you're making sales right now, you may be making sales just because you have a good product. You may be making sales just because you're in the right market. When you learn how to get your messaging down, like I'm going to show you, your sales conversions will go through the roof. You will make so many more sales. And so most people are not converting enough of their leads because their sales message is off. So I'm going to teach you next week in the Make More Offers Challenge how to have better sales messaging. So watch what happens. So you got 20. So you've already doubled your number of leads. Now you doubled your conversions. So now you went from 10% to 20%. So that equals 40. So you're getting 200 leads times 20%. That's 40 sales, right? That's 40 sales at $1,000 or 1,000 euros or 1,000 pounds. And that equals what? That equals 40,000 a month. What? Are you crazy? We just quadrupled that business and we only fixed 2 things. Hey, I don't know about y'all, but if you're a business owner right now, you ought to be jacked out of your natural mind. You ought to be like blown away. You ought to be running around the block with your shoes off, telling, oh, my life has changed. My life has changed. Because we just quadrupled your business and we only fixed 2 components. We haven't fixed all 4 of them. We haven't fixed all of them yet. We're gonna fix 4. We've only fixed 2. So now let's fix the next one. The next one we're going to fix is we're going to add, high ticket. Boom. This is my favorite. This is the game changer. When you learn how to sell high ticket, like when you first start selling high ticket, one of the things I'm going to teach you in the challenge when you first start selling high ticket, I'm going to teach you to make a product, to create a product offer that is so high you believe nobody's going to buy it. And then figure out what you'd put in that offer and then start making the offer knowing that no one's going to buy it. Because if nobody's going to buy it, they're not going to buy it. Like if you don't offer it, they're not going to buy it. And if you do offer it, they're not going to buy it. So nothing changes, except if you start offering an offer that's so big you believe nobody will buy it, at least you'll get good at practice. You'll get a lot of practice at offering a bigger offer without your face looking all funny like you don't believe in it. Eventually, you'll get to the place where you can offer $10,000, $20,000, $50,000, $100,000, 100,000 pound, 150,000 pound, million euro, whatever. You'll be able to offer that without blinking an eye. Like, of course, people pay me that. What else would they pay me? Right? Okay. So you're going to learn high ticket. And all we're going to do is we're going to convert 10% of your sales, right? Not 10% of all the leads, just 10% of the 40 buyers every month. We're going to convert 10% of those on your $10,000 offer. So now you got, 10,000 euros, 10,000 pounds, 10,000, because we got people all over the world. So I want to make sure So 10%, you're going to convert 10% of these people, right, at $10,000. So that's 4 sales times 10,000. Boom. That equals another 40,000. Hallelujah. You add this 40,000 to that 40,000. That's $80,000 a month. What? We've just 8x'd our business. We have just 8x'd our business. We've 8 times our business, and we've only fixed 3 things. I got chills right now. I got you. Congratulations, Justin. Congratulations for signing up for the VIP before the VIP door slams shut. Congratulations to you. There's no doubt in my mind that the VIP is going to sell out. When the VIP sells out, for those of you who are like get in too late, you're going to have to wait till next month if you want the VIP experience with the Q&A. And you can take the challenge as many times as you want to. You don't have to just take it once. Okay, so 10,000. Now we're just 80,000, right? So what just happened? What just happened is, excuse me. What just happened is, I quadrupled my sales. Then I added another 40,000 revenue. Now I'm at $80,000 a month. By the way, this is how I get businesses to go to 80,000 a month. Like 80,000 a month. I mean, we don't even give awards for 80,000 a month. We don't even give awards for 100,000 a month. We don't even give an award for $1 million a month. We only give an award for a 100K day and $1 million day and a $5 million day and a $10 million day. So I don't know which award you want, but those are the awards we have. So watch this. So now we've taken the business from 10,000 a month. We've made 3 moves. We've moved 3 chess pieces, right? And we got our business up to 80,000 a month. We're going to add one more thing. Oh, this is so good. In fact, I can't even believe how many of you would agree? How many of you would agree that you have learned more in the last hour about how to scale your business? You've learned more in the last hour about how to scale your business for free than you've learned in a lot of courses you paid for. Go ahead, type it in the chat box, okay? Because I gotta show you one more thing. Once I show you the last piece, we get to $128,000. I'm gonna open it up for Q&A, and I'm gonna start answering people's questions. Okay, here we go. That's 80,000. That ain't quite 128,000 a month, but it's 80,000. It ain't half bad. It's almost $1 million a year, right? So what do we do? Okay, here's what we do next. We take a breath. Because y'all got me all excited. That's what y'all did. Y'all got me all excited. So here we go. Here's what happens next. So now what happens is we are going to add to these people. We're going to add to the 40 sales a month. We're going to add a concept called customer retention. We're going to get them to come back and buy from us more often. We're going to add a concept called, we're going to add forced continuity. And we're going to add a $100 forced continuity at 100. Let me do this again. Boom. So we're going to add forced continuity. We're going to add forced continuity at 100 to every one of these 40 sales that's coming in every month. So we got $100 coming in, and it's forced. It's going to be forced continuity. It could be forced continuity in the second month, third month, whatever. But they're going to get it for free for 1 month, for free for 2 months, for free for 3 months, for free for 14 days, and then after that they're going to pay $100 a month. Okay, forced continuity, and they're going to do that forced continuity 100 times 40 sales a month times 12 months is 480 sales times $100 or 100 pounds, right? Or 100 euros equals 48,000 a month at the end of the year. So you add the 48,000 to the 80,000 and it equals $128,000, 128,000 euros, 128,000 pounds per year. Per month. And all we did was make 4 moves. And we scaled that business. From $128,000. Now, for those of you listening to me right now on Clubhouse, if you want to ask a question, you need to go over to Facebook. Where do they need to go on Facebook, Moses, so I can tell them?
Yeah, they just need to go on Facebook, either on my page or on your page directly, and they can ask questions. And we will
on my Facebook page, the Myron Golden, or on Moses's page, which is Moses
Nalocca. That's it.
Moses Nalocca, Nalocca. Okay, you can go on his page or you can go on my page. If you're on LinkedIn, they can ask you questions on LinkedIn too, right?
Yeah, they can ask questions on my LinkedIn. Always the same.
Not on my LinkedIn, but on Moses' LinkedIn. So wherever you're watching, ask your questions. Ask your questions now. I'm going to answer questions for 20 minutes, and then we're going to be done. And for those of you who are listening on Clubhouse right now, I will repeat the question. And then I will Once I repeat the question, I'll give the answer. That way the people listening on Clubhouse will know what the question is. So who's got a question? Do you have any questions coming in yet, Moses?
So we've got directly Kerry. Kerry saying, do you have to have an email list to start?
You don't have to have an email list to start, because one of the things, that's what I was going to show you. So one of the things I'm going to show you is when you're making lead generation offers, one of the biggest mistakes people make, the biggest mistake I see in marketing, why people don't have enough leads. The biggest reason you don't have enough leads is because when you create your lead magnet, so their question was on Clubhouse, do you have to have an email list to start? The answer is no. Okay. But I'm going to show you how to build an email list. And the way, I'm not going to show you the technology, because the technology ain't my group. I'm going to show you the psychological science behind making offers. And that includes lead generation offers. That includes conversion offers, core offers. That includes high ticket offers. That includes retention offers. I'm going to show you the science behind making all of those. So every day we're going to cover all 4 of those components in all the different things I'm showing you. So you don't have to have an email list, but the biggest mistake people make when it comes to generating leads is going to shock you. You ready? They try to get people a good result. They try to generate a lead by telling people they're going to do something positive. Okay. So they say, okay, if you get my ebook, I'm going to show you how to lose 10 pounds. If it's in the weight loss, right? Or if it's to make money, I'm going to show you how to make $10,000 a month or 10,000 pounds a month. Okay. So that's a mistake. Or if it's in the relationship, I'm going to show you how to find the love of your life. That's a mistake. Okay, I'm going to tell you what you have to do. Some of you are going to use it even before Monday, and that's okay. Some of you will have to, if you will do what I'm about to tell you, you will have testimonies about lead generation by the time the challenge starts on Monday. Are y'all ready? Here's what it is. You have to make your lead magnets, your opt-in pages, make them away from pain instead of towards pleasure. And so you want to have curiosity. 2 components your lead magnets need to have: curiosity and pain. And then you'll be able to generate leads. So if you don't have an email list, you got to build an email list. How are you going to build one? You're going to build one by building opt-in pages that have curiosity and pain. Like, what does curiosity look like? Are you making these 7 mistakes that keep people from buying from you and mean they probably never will? Are you making these 7 mistakes? Are you making these 6 mistakes that are making all of your prospects buy from your competition? So I use curiosity. Are you making these mistakes? I gave it a number, a specific number, 6, 7, 3, 12, 13, whatever the number of mistakes is. Like, right? When I used to do network marketing, I had a lead magnet that was downloaded hundreds of thousands of times. It was called the 12 biggest mistakes network marketers ever make that make their business grow slow and painful instead of fast and easy. Boom. A list and pain. It didn't even have curiosity. So, like, create some curiosity. What are the absolute no words that keep people from buying from you? 3 words you should never say when making a sale. What? There were 3 words? What are those words? Right? So when I'm creating curiosity, I'm moving them away from pain instead of trying to move them towards pleasure. See, here's why this works, y'all. And I'm going to go into more detail in the challenge, but here's why this works. It works because people are more motivated when they're moving away from pain than they are when they're moving towards pleasure.
Absolutely.
When you're getting ready to go to the dentist, you're far more motivated to go to the dentist if you have a toothache, or if you fell down and you were skateboarding, you hit your mouth on the sidewalk and you got a tooth broken off. You're far more motivated to get to the dentist than you are when it's time to go get your teeth cleaned. Right? Because one is away from pain, the other one is towards pleasure. So when you understand the human psychology, plus if you're a stranger and you go offer somebody a good result, they don't trust you. But if somebody fell down and they hit their head and they're bleeding, they'll let a stranger help them. So if you're marketing to cold audiences and you're telling them all the good stuff you can do for them, they don't believe you. So you tell them the mistakes not to make. They believe you, you wow them, and now you're no longer a stranger. You turned a cold audience into a warm audience, and now you can move them towards pleasure. But if you don't first move them away from pain, you will never be able to move them towards pleasure. Is that powerful? I mean, that's a game changer. I've had people tell me just that one thing has changed. They've generated more leads since they changed that one thing than any other thing they've ever changed in their business in lead generation. And it's so simple. But I don't hear anybody talking about that. But it's how human psychology works. What other questions do we have, Moses?
Yeah, then we have another question, which is from Luis. don't know if I pronounced it well. What is the
Okay,
force?
what is force continuity? What is force continuity? Force continuity means you sell it to them once, but they pay you for it month after month. Like Netflix is continuity, right? Netflix is continuity. Your cell phone bill is continuity. Your electric bill is continuity. It's where people buy something from you once, but they pay you for it every month. Okay, force continuity means if in order for you to buy this product, you have to accept the continuity. You have to accept, and the force continuity is a free trial. You give them a free trial that they don't pay for right now. They get to try it out and only keep it if they like it. That's force continuity. Great question. So,
Yeah.
who's the next question? Thank you, Louise. That was a great question, by the way.
Yeah. Then we have a question. I don't know how to pronounce the name of this lady. Oluwazeun. What is a business does 1,000 per sale?
What business does $1,000 per sale? Almost every webinar that teaches anything, they sell for about $1,000. So there are people out there who sell how to use your iPhone to make movies. There are people out there who have sales courses that they sell for $1,000. There are people out there who have mindset courses that they sell for $1,000. There are people out there who have relationship and dating courses they sell for $1,000. People who teach you how to have confidence, they sell those courses for $1,000. There are some people who don't understand, who have never taken my class. They'll even teach you how to write a book for $1,000, right? I'm not going to teach you how to write a book for $1,000. Not a bestseller, but there are all kinds of courses. There's something you know how to do. There are people out there who sell cooking courses for $1,000, golf training programs for $1,000, fitness trainings for $1,000, weight loss challenges for $1,000. There are all kinds of information businesses, information products that you can sell for $1,000. So $1,000 program would be like a $1,000 home study course on how to do something that people desire to do. And it should be, and I'm going to teach you more about this in the challenge, it should probably be when you're first starting out in the area of health, wealth, or relationships. So that was Oluwesen. I hope I said your name right. Her question was, what business does $1,000 per sale? And by the way, you don't have to start out with $1,000 per sale. You know what? When I got in this game of selling information, Moses, my very first offer was $147. That was my first offer. My first offer was $67. My first offer, like on the online, was a $67 offer. And my first month selling that $67 offer, I did $6,800 in sales. And I thought, oh my goodness, there's all this money in my computer and it's just been sitting there waiting for me to come get it. Are you kidding me? Right. And then I started doing like live events, and I started selling from stage. And my first from the stage offer that I ever made was $147. And I did $5,900 in sales. And I thought, oh my goodness, I have found my new groove. Right. So you don't even have to start out with $1,000, but there are business owners right now listening to me that your core offer is $1,000 offer, but you're stuck at $10,000 a month. And if you're stuck at $50,000 a month, I can show you how to 12x that and get up to $600,000 a month. It doesn't matter. The formula works the same regardless of what the starting number is.
Wow.
So,
and then in this same perfect line, we have a question from Randy. Do you need to have a product or service to start high ticket sales?
It would be helpful if you have a product or service, but if you don't have a product or service, like I'm going to teach you how to create an offer. So, and an offer is the result that you're selling people. The product is nothing more than the delivery mechanism. The offer is the transformation, right? So Randy said, for those of you in Clubhouse, he said, do you have to have a product or service to start selling high ticket sales? Well, you have to have a result that is a high value result that you can produce for people in order to sell high ticket. But guess what? Let's say you don't have a high ticket offer. Maybe there are some of you who are listening to me right now. You don't need to start with a high ticket offer. You need to start with learning how to make an offer and to convert an offer. And maybe you need to start where I did with a $67 offer. And maybe you're only going to make $5,000 your first month. Or maybe you need to start with a $100 offer or a $500 offer. But there's nobody out there. Like if you have a transformation that you can create, I can show you how to create a high ticket offer. Like literally, you could take what I just showed y'all, that presentation that I just did. Like you could go to any business that has $1,000 offer. If you understand how to generate more leads and how to convert more leads in the sales and how to do high ticket offers, when you understand the science behind those things, if you don't have a high ticket offer, you can go become a consultant and coach them on it, have them pay you. That can be your high ticket offer, or you can do it for them for free and have them pay you a percentage of the increased sales. So All of those things are things that I'm going to show you in the challenge.
Amazing.
That I'm going to show people this kind of super ninja stuff for this little bit of money. This might go down in world history as the day Myron lost his mind. Because the people who know me, like, I know for a fact there are people who've wanted to work with me for a long time, but they're like, man, his offers start at 55 grand. Yeah, they do. But you know what? Here's what I realized. There are people out there right now making $5,000, $10,000 a month who would buy my $55,000 coaching program if they had the money. And so I'm not going to pretend that the only reason I created this low ticket offer was for you. I'm not going to pretend that. Here's what I created. The real reason I created it is because I figured I'll take a bunch of people who already have something going on, or at least they're willing to have something going on and they're willing to do the work, because I'm not going to babysit you. I'm going to teach you how to do it, but I'm not going to do it for you. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take those people by the hand. I'm going to show them these processes. They're going to go out and use them. They're going to make enough. They're going to make so much money. They're going to come back and they're going to say, Myron, I made so much money last month. I want to buy your $55,000 coaching program. I want to buy your $155,000 coaching program. I want to buy your $1 million coaching program. There was a guy on Clubhouse that I met on Clubhouse back in December. I never heard of him. He never heard of me. And he just heard me mention that I've got a $55,000, $155,000, and $1 million offer. And he booked a call. He bought my mid-tier offer, my King Solomon's Wisdom Inner Circle, where I teach King Solomon's business model. He bought that program. It's a $155,000 program. He bought that program, and he had a 30-minute phone call with me, because you get a 30-minute phone call with me before the training. You get another 30-minute phone call with me after you come to the training. And he came to the training. Just from the 30-minute phone call and the stuff he learned from me on Clubhouse and in the members area that he got, just from that stuff. And I know it sounds ridiculous, and it's either the worst lie and the most stupid lie anybody's ever going to tell, or it's the most amazing story anybody's ever heard. And that is, he created a high ticket offer. He started offering. He's a financial advisor. He created a $20,000 program for other financial advisors. He went out and sold a bunch of them. I know it's 15,000. He went out and sold, I think, 13 of them, did over $200,000 in sales. And then he learned something from me that I talked about, like trading stocks or trading options. And when GameStop went up to $300 and something, he said, that doesn't make any sense. I'm going to do what Myron said. I'm going to short this. He shorted. He made $300,000 in one day. This is the kind of, this is what I mean when I say it's the result. You want to have a high value result. This guy made $500,000 before he ever saw my face in real life. So I know I can help people if they are coachable. If you are coachable and you will make yourself available for 5 days in a row from noon, if you're the regular ticket, from noon to 1, if you're the VIP, from 11:30 to 1:30, if you'll make yourself available during that time, it's going to change your life, period. So go to makemoreofferschallenge.com, get your VIP ticket before they're all sold out, because once the VIP tickets are sold out, we're going to put sold out, and the only thing you'll be able to get is the $97 ticket. And by the way, the VIPs get to be on Zoom with us. The people who pay the $97, they get to watch the training in Facebook. They can ask questions in the Facebook group, but they won't get their questions answered in real time like the VIPs will. What other questions we got, Moses?
Yeah, then we've got Kerry, who is saying, if our course are over 1,000, how do we sell to people who are low income?
If your course is over $1,000, that's a great question. So Carrie asked the question. She said, if our courses are over $1,000, how do we sell to people who are low income if they are underserved? Well, you do what I'm doing. You create a solution for them to help them become higher income, so they can afford to buy your $1,000 product. That's the only answer that exists. Or you just don't sell anything. And I know this sounds cold, but I don't mean it to be cold. I don't want, if something's not going to serve you, I don't want to sell it to you. I don't want to sell something to you just so I can make some money. So if somebody can't afford it, I don't want them to be able to buy it. So that's one of the reasons I have my price so high, that only the people who already should be taking advantage of it are going to be taking advantage of it. So right now, let's say you're making $6,000 a month. My $5,000 a month program is not for you. And I made it $55,000 so you don't waste your money or my time. But once I do this Make More Offers challenge, and you take that $6,000 and you take it up to $60,000, now I've turned you into a different kind of buyer. So what you want to do, Carrie, is you want to convert your low income buyers with a low income product that produces more income for them so they can buy your higher ticket products. Great question, by the way, Carrie. Thank you for that. Okay, what other questions we got, Moses? We got 5 more minutes of questions, and Myron is out of here.
All right, so we've got Vicky. What is the best way to manage rejection and keep positive?
That's a great question, Vicky. Vicky asked the question, what's the best way to manage rejection and keep positive? So if you're selling one-on-one, the best way to manage rejection is to never have rejection. Like one of the things I'm going to teach on the Make More Offers Challenge on one-on-one sales, I'm going to teach you how to never get another no. I don't have time to teach it to you right now. I'm going to teach you how to never get another no in one-on-one sales ever again. Never. If you're coachable and you do what I say, nobody will ever tell you no again in one-on-one sales. So you'll be doing strategy sessions, closing people on your high-ticket offers. None of them will tell you no. They won't all tell you yes because you're going to tell some of them no, but none of them are going to tell you no ever. So that's the best way to manage rejection.
All right.
There are other ways too. I'll cover those in the challenge as well.
Then we've got another question. We've got so many questions, but Asma is asking, what would you provide differently between the 1,000 and the 1,000 offer?
What do I provide differently between the $1,000 offer and the $10,000 offer? Well,
yeah,
so
10,000.
Right. So here's how I create offers. I create an offer. This is my formula, which I'm going to teach everybody in my challenge next week. My formula is, I look at the result that I'm going to help them produce, and then I divide that by 10, right? So, or I take my price and I multiply it by 10. So if my price is $10,000, multiply that times 10, that's 100,000. If I can help somebody produce a $100,000 result in the next 12 months, then my price is right. If I can't help them produce a $100,000 result in the next 12 months, my price is too high. So that was a great question, Asim. So hopefully that answers your question.
Yeah, amazing. And then we've got a question.
We got 3 more minutes.
Yeah. So one more question is this: shall we have still access as VIP to the videos after the challenge?
No. So here's what's going to happen. That's a great question. Will you have access to the videos as the VIPs after the challenge? No. Yes, but for a limited time. You're going to have access to the challenge videos. Everybody's going to have access to the challenge videos until Sunday night, the Sunday following the challenge. So if you miss a session, you'll be able to go back and watch it. But you're not going to have access. My objective is not to give you a bunch of stuff to go study. My objective is to teach you some skills you can go implement. So no, you won't have access to the videos after the challenge.
All right. That's amazing. And
great question, Mariana.
Yeah. Let me speak with my team and see. I think we've done with all the major questions.
We're done with all the questions?
Yeah.
Cool.
For those of who are still here interested, I'm going to leave the
comment. Put the link up there one more time.
I'm going to put the link one more time. And let me just do it straight away.
And for those of you on Clubhouse who want to take advantage of the Make More Offers Challenge, you can go to makemoreofferschallenge.com, makemoreofferschallenge.com, and I will answer your questions. And I'm sorry, and you can order the challenge, makemoreofferschallenge.com, and you can get registered for the challenge. Now, once the VIPs are gone, they're gone. Okay. And what I'm going to do on Clubhouse here in a minute, for just literally just for a few minutes, when I get done here from the live broadcast, I'm going to stay on Clubhouse for a couple of minutes because I see a couple people have their hand raised. And so if you keep your hand raised on Clubhouse, I'm going to answer your questions really quickly if I can, but you're going to have to get to them really quickly. And I see a couple people have their hands raised. So I'm going to take those 2 people who have their hands raised. I'm going to bring you up to the stage, and then I'm going to turn hand raising off so nobody else will be able to ask questions. Mose, you got any other questions? Okay, go ahead and mute yourselves out, guys. Any other questions before we end?
No, everything is done. I just want to say thank you so much, Myron, to have joined our E2E, our expert to experts. You have been our expert for this week, and it was our privilege to have you as our guest directly from London. Thank you so much for what you have done and for the fire you brought in right now talking to us. As a coach and as a business consultant, I took, at least today, 4 pages of notes.
4 pages of notes from that?
Absolutely. Wow. I'm like a sponge. I need to absorb everything. And getting from your 37 years of experience, this is mind-blowing. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So, guys, one more time, if you want to take your life to the next level and you want to be able to learn how to apply these things that I shared with you today, go to makemoreofferschallenge.com and get registered for the challenge. And I'll see you next week, the VIPs on Zoom and everybody else in the Facebook group. I'll see you next
Thank
week.
you so
Bye.
much, Myron. Thank you so
Moses.
much.
All right.
Take care. God bless you. Bye-bye.
Bye for now. Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much. And for those of you who are still watching us right now, I've got just 20 seconds to leave you, to let you go, and just want to explain you what is E2E. E2E is expert to experts. I'm an expert on human behavior. I'm a coach and I'm a speaker, and I've come up with this program, which is E2E, and it's going to be every Monday live on all my social media pages. Okay, live stream, and then on Thursday it's gonna be a special workshop. For those of you who want to know more about the workshop, you can join up on this membership platform, and then you can sign up and you can just be part of it. And we are doing a special promo, which 1 year it's gonna be £147 only for 1 year. And for 1 year you have access to all the workshops with all our experts. Every Monday, there's an expert, and that's open for everybody. And every Thursday, there's gonna be the workshop and Q&A. So Monday, the expert will come and give you value, open for everybody, but then going deep, diving too deep, we will do it on a closed group. For those of you who prefer instead paying on monthly basis, you can also join up the membership, and you can pay £17 a month, and you can be part of this great revolution where you can have always an expert supporting you, always an expert bringing massive value and helping you. So we've got the annual membership, and only for the month of Feb, it's gonna be so convenient and so easy to join. And for those of you who want, you can also get into the monthly one. So we've got a monthly membership, and if you get it right now, it's gonna be £17 every month. If you want to get the yearly one, it's gonna be £147 for the entire year. Starting from March, the prices are changing. So click on the link right now, join in and get ready, because next week we're going to have an expert from Portugal, okay? An expert from Portugal. He worked closely with Tony Robbins. He's a great friend of mine, and he's going to be part of this amazing E2E, amazing show. Okay, if you've got any question that you want to ask me, just drop it down and I'll be here to serve you. If not, see you on Monday. We're going to have an amazing guest from Portugal. So our experts come from different areas and from all over the world. So just click on the link, join in, and see you on Monday for another great episode of our show, E2E, Expert to Expert. Thank you so much. Stay safe. God bless you, and have an amazing rest of the evening. And my name is Moses, and I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission to make sure that you live your outstanding life the way you deserve and the way you have been created to live it. So stay great, stay strong, and see you on Monday for another wonderful expert. Thank you so much, and have an amazing rest of the day. Bye-bye.